Already, yep. Yeah, what's going down? What up, Blitz?
Yo, yo, yo,
First and foremost, man, how you feel today, man?
man, doing all right. Another day, another dollar.
Hell yeah. I feel that. I feel that same shit, same shit. I was off on the weekend, so I've been chilling, you know what I'm saying? Been recouping and whatever. That's just me.
I feel
But
that. I feel
um,
that.
but hell yeah, man, I wanted to get with you, man, to chop it up a little bit about the event, man. You know, we about a little bit over 2 weeks out, maybe even almost three. So, yeah, probably three, something like that. I've lost track of time. It was a hell of a time. But yeah, man, I just wanted to chop it up with you real quick, man. So first and foremost, man, let's talk about the event, man. How'd you like it?
Oh no, it was good. It was a cool ass event, man. It was a nice little melting pot of little different elements of hip hop and shit like that. You know what I mean? So from performances to um, messages inside of certain songs that certain people perform and shit like that. So it was definitely a good time. And then we got you had your 420 there, so you know what I'm saying. It was just instead of just saying it was there, it was like how the shit was like spread it out from accessories, toys, my people that was over there doing the fucking food and shit like that. Like they was highly educated on what they were doing, so they was able to educate people that had questions about shit. So that was, you know what I mean. A lot of people don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real different when you can explain what you get people into versus just saying, "Here, take this, have fun." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure, yeah. So, what you're kind of what you're talking about right there is dances with smoke. So, salute the dances with smoke. Shout out to Smoke Something. You know what I'm saying? Smoke Something was catering. They did the food and everything like that. That bomb ass brisket and barbacoa. Then you also
Right.
had dances with smoke with they whole little thing going on. And I'm mad I didn't get to participate. Did you?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did. I didn't go back for the second round like I was supposed to, but I definitely did participate.
Yes, hell yeah. I know they got I know they got a couple events coming up, so I know I'm gonna head out there my damn self so I can get some of that because yeah, man, they had the dabs rolling. They have all the infused stuff with the food and edibles
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, like top notch stuff, man. Top notch stuff. Hell yeah. I can't wait. They got a couple 420 events, so I'm excited for that too. But yeah, man. So yeah, okay. So yeah, we spoke you talked real quick about the 420 events that was happening on in there. We had the smoke games and everything like that. I know me and you, we did a little 1v1 with the smoke game and everything like that.
Oh
That was,
yeah.
you
I said
know,
we gotta replicate that bitch. I ain't gonna hold you. It was fun. It was fun.
oh yeah, nah, yeah, man. I plan to hopefully, like to keep that kind of going and everything like that. So yeah. We're probably also gonna
Kind
probably
of like what to be expected when people pop out to you know what I'm saying to the bars event. Yeah. I
yeah,
feel that.
because I'm probably gonna get someone to manage that whole table with the games. Because actually we had like two more games that we didn't even get to go into because, I think everybody who was, partaking was getting a little bit lit.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I think it gave out to be you and like one other person. I think it was.
Yeah, it was me, you. I think that was because they already did like 3 or 4 games in. So I think the one that me and you participated, I believe, yeah, it was the homie that was participating. And I think later on a little bit towards more my homie SOJ and he had a friend with him and everything like that, and they were participating. So it was just going on, but people was just stuck on that one game. But that one game was pretty lit, the dropping the dime shit.
I do contest to that. That shit was fire as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Cause that well, just like looking at it, you like, what the fuck are y'all playing? And then when you start playing, you're like, oh shit, this is actually fucking fun. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah. When you
saying?
participate, man, yeah, like these were games where, of course, you might have had some, you might have had a winner in every game, but most of the games that we created were predominantly for, everybody to win because everybody getting lit, everyone's participating, everyone's having fun. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
that's what that do. You know what I mean? That brings people together. You know? So,
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we had motherfucking little trinkets and little, you know what I'm saying, little shit for people at the door walking in type shit. Like now,
yes.
how many events is motherfuckers throwing where it's nigga walking in, you getting something and put in your hand, pause if necessary.
Oh yeah, nah, yeah, man. We definitely gave away a lot. Like we gave away those were little we gave away like we had about 30 free goodie bags. they all went, and it wasn't like, one person got two. We gave out one each per person. So we definitely had, and we actually ran out. And there were still people coming in the door. So we definitely had more than 30 people in the building.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And then yeah, we definitely did a raffle. We did a free raffle, gave away more shit. And then we also, we gave away some gifts and goodies for the winners of some of the games and stuff like that. So yeah, man, y'all gotta pull up to these events, man. When Battle Artists Respect Status and Nine Clouds Up meet, like yeah, like it was a vibe and it was a time. If you missed it, you gotta catch the next one, man. You gotta catch the next one. It's definitely a vibe up in that motherfucker. So we went
Really
from,
well.
because the food was good too, the food was good. I only got a chance to take a little bit of the tacos. I didn't get to fully indulge in everything like I wanted to. You know what I mean? But how's the food for you?
So the barbacoa and the brisket tacos were definitely fire.
Hmm.
Um, and then you slap it on, and it's very simple. We didn't need no sauce, a little cilantro, a little onion. We hit it with the infused spray a couple times. That was up there. You know what I'm saying? Which was fire on top of that. And nothing else gonna put you over the edge. You know what I'm saying? But it's enough, kind of smoothing you out as the time goes by. So it was definitely a good little combo. You know what I'm saying? Especially moving over to Dances with Smoke with the dabs, because that she had live resin and she had rosin too. So to learn what rosin and resin is, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
In the midst of all that, and then you talking to chef and he telling you know what I'm saying, how he do his barbacoa and brisket and shit like that, and the history on him and Sheree, you know what I'm saying, of what the events they did previously and how they got together and how they made shit pop like that and fuse,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, themselves together. You know what I'm saying? Like the tacos that we fucking ate up there and shit. So them hoes was fucking dope. And then we had Mexicana, so they got Tim's lemonades and Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah,
don't
yeah,
need,
yeah,
you don't
man.
need to
Shout
bring
out.
no liquor. That's what I'm gonna say. This is the only event where I feel like this you don't have to bring no liquor, bro. I feel like majority of everybody we can smoke, have a great time, couple hours, and then motherfuckers can either walk home, live, or drive. Like you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's an actual fucking option. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier to maintain. You ain't gonna be high, like you would be drunk for to a certain extent where you kind of wobbling, stumbling, and all that other kind of shit. If you is car,
Mm,
you'll live. But, we in the city. You up the block, walk home. You know what I mean? Because we're not in. I don't. It was a great time without indulging in too much of the extra shit. If that
yeah.
makes sense.
Got you. Hell yeah. Nah, hell yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out to the homie Chris that smoked something. Shout out to Miss T over there dances with Smoke. Shout out to, the good people at Mexicana. Yeah, man. We were the one-stop shop, man. You got in there, you got the vibes, all legal too, all paperwork. Therefore, boom, we don't do nothing. It wasn't a private event. This event was promoted to the public. We do it right over here. You ain't gotta fear nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everything is, comfortable and everything is real good, legally too. Um, yeah,
Exactly.
man, 'cause we
What you
got it
get to
all in there.
leave
We got
no
the food
fucking
in there.
law there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got the food, we had the drinks. Yeah, man. We definitely do got the beverages, the alcohol. We got indoor, outdoor. Yo, man. Yeah, man. It was a time. It was a vibe, man. But you said that you tried some of the infused spray on the tacos.
Yeah,
How was
man.
that?
So them hoes was good. It was cool, man. Like it blended in with the food, which I like. You know what I'm saying? Because when we I guess people that make like the butters, the oils, and just liquefying down the shit. You know what I'm
Tinctures
saying?
and all that. Yep.
Yeah, like sometimes you be left with that taste. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually what you're trying to hide. And
Mhm.
Miss T hides that shit very fucking well with what she does. Like she is a fucking mastermind at what the fuck she works with. Like everything she had on that table, from the spray to the pre rolls, the little small little slugger pre roll she had, the dabs, the like I said earlier, the resin, the rosin, and she's very knowledgeable about everything she's talking about. Like for instance, the pre rolls that she had, it was fucking like damn near four strands and one mixed in, but it had you got resin and diamonds and all this other kind. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah,
like it's a
yeah.
lot of like names of shit I've never fucking heard of. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, Tell me about this one. And she knows about each and every fucking one that's on that rack. So that's why I like to deal with people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people that actually care about what they're doing, and then you just got hustlers, sellers. You know what I'm saying? We're
Yes,
all
sir.
hustlers
Yeah.
in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But some
Yeah.
people don't even know if it got dog food in it, and they're gonna put it on the street with the rest of the shit they got going on. Versus somebody who actually indulge in, hey, what's this? What's that? Okay, cool. Now I can pass this information off to the next person. They can feel way more comfortable, especially if it's their first time, right?
Hmm.
Way more comfortable in indulging what they're indulging in and feel more safer versus like, you know what I'm saying? Feel like they're taking like a humongous ass risk. Like, no, this is safe. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make you feel great, feel good. Don't take
Hmm.
too much. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you tell me this is your first time doing it. I feel more inclined to, hold your hand and baby step you with the fucking training wheels versus
Yeah.
just, like I said earlier, throwing you something until you have a good time. Like,
Correct, correct. Nah, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You could, if you was in the building, you caught an experience and you definitely got educated in some stuff. You definitely, have fun. I mean, well, I believe, I have fun, everybody else was smiling up in there. Everybody else was up and at it, That's what we kind of like to do because last time I believe we had a couple of the tables. We had a lot more tables and chairs, and I think that kind of
yeah,
just
I
put
think we
people in
did it
there.
different. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I
put
think,
people in their own space. So we kind of eliminated a lot of that. We still
yeah,
had stuff where the people could sit and people could, do their own little stuff, but we eliminated that to get everybody to get, chopping it up with everybody, almost like a bar format. And I mean, everybody was up in there
yeah,
talking, man. You had a lot of people, you had a lot of people that was interested in what, Nine Clouds was doing over there. You had a lot of people interested in the whole battle rap essence and the whole music because everybody was there like, yo, we get to go ahead and have a nice cloudy environment. I get to see some dope artists, and a lot of people. Everybody was just talking about the battle rap, even the music performance. Everybody was like, yo, when's the battle rap? When's the battle rap? So you know what I
right,
mean? That
right.
was real dope. But all right, so yeah, man, we chopped it up. We talked a little bit about the event. um I would say last question about the event type of thing, about the music performance. How'd you feel about that?
Um, I feel like if we would have brought Fifth Spirit back for just a rap performance,
Hmm.
I think that would have matched in really great. Because a lot of the energy of them songs kind of brought me back to the first event. And it really was Fifth Spirit. Now I think about it, it kind of just really reminded me a lot of like Fifth Spirit. Like, damn, that was like a from what he did to what I heard after, I was like, damn, if he would have, if somebody another, we didn't hear him on the first event, he was on the second one, like this shit would have been dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it just would have mashed together. You know what I mean? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Not saying it didn't, but no, the performance is great. The dude that was doing the Griselda type style, he was different. I was seeing where he was going with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, Bro really did look. He kind of sound like Westside Gun, which is kind of crazy. Um,
No, I think I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, the guy, oh boy, that looked like that
Yeah,
wrestler
he
they
went
used
on.
to
He
put.
went on third to last. My man, Julian, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Hey,
yeah.
between me
Went
and you though,
after, and then Henry B, and then Suckers and Be Legends was the main event. But we had like seven artists perform.
yeah, it was like seven. That boy, hey, I ain't gonna lie though. Between me and you, that nigga Julian looked like that wrestler that used to do that 450 splash back in the day. I can't think of his name. Now, off the top rope looking ass nigga. Nah,
I'm dead. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. A lot of that. Yeah. A lot of those guys. I mean, I kind of like that boom bap. Like that type of feel in hip hop, and those guys are definitely kind of like in that wheelhouse. I like it because they stick to more of the originality of hip hop, not kind of what's going on now. The
yeah.
more pop sound of today.
But
Um.
you up from that way though, correct?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I know it probably definitely hit different if it sounds correct. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
I'm from Houston, so like I guess the style of my city that we created, like I've seen it imitated a lot,
Hmm.
and it's not a lot of like, yeah, that's not done correctly, or
Yeah.
like a big fuss about it for real. Because we're not really paying attention, but I get what you're saying though. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's done correctly, it's done correctly. Like Drake has stolen the whole Houston swag every now and then when he felt like it. You know what I'm saying? And the
Correct.
shit,
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds great. Production, everything's right. You know what I'm saying? And this is going on for years. We can date this back to when he dropped Take Care all the way up until now, pretty much. You know what I mean? But that's a side note. But yeah, no, the battle performances was fire. Henry B was dope. The message, the songs that he had very. That was what I was mentioning earlier about substance and some of the messages that was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, performed that night. He was one of them for sure. Um, every song he came out with, even when the collab he did with the random dude that popped up in one of his songs and shit, I thought Cuz was freestyling. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
that's the actual like, yeah, yeah, that's your boy. Oh, damn, okay, makes sense now. So like, but even with that, like every song had like a message to it, some substance to it. You know what I'm saying? Versus just um imitations or whatever the case may be, or just just rapping. You know, it was like, okay, no, we actually up here saying something, and that we feel that the people should know. But hey, I fuck with it, bro, because like you up there, you performing in front of people. That shit is like that's not a easy job to do on any night. I don't give a fuck who you are, nigga. Like unless you just a motherfucker that enjoys being the center of attention like that, you know what I'm saying? But even with that, I feel like it's always gonna be some kind of level of anxiety, nervousness, and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Oh,
have to be
definitely. Yeah,
clean.
yeah, yeah. That's what comes with performing. You know, if you ain't feeling that,
Yeah,
you either done it too much and you too comfortable, and maybe you need to find something, boom, boom, boom. But I also find it in that way too. You could do something for a long time, like you do it for a year straight, be cool, comfortable, and then the next year, all of a sudden, you get these little jitters, you get the little butterflies and everything, and all of a sudden, you're nervous to perform, and you gotta whoop whoop, you gotta shape stuff up, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Yeah, yeah. Nah,
yeah,
yeah,
you
man,
know
man.
what I mean?
Shout out to the performers, man. They were dope. All of them. Kai, Mr. Bars, Nate DMC, Julian, he had the
Yeah.
Suckers MB Legends, Henry B. If I
Hey,
missed
I
anybody,
fuck that boy Legend back to back with the appearances. You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir. Yeah.
Same song, same fit. That nigga lit. I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you. I'm ready to see him for the third time, bro. I'm ready to see him for the third. Same songs. He should be our opener. No bullshit. We got to get in contact with bro. See what time he get off work or whatever the fuck he got going on, and get him up there, bro. He should be like as soon as the shit start off with the performances, he's the fucking opener, bro. Cause
Yeah, they
he,
just had a couple of they just had a couple of joints last night. They were performing I don't know if you know, pretty sure you're aware. San Antonio right now during the weekend, we got the whole Final Four shit going on, the madness shit. We got a whole bunch of concerts
yeah.
down here. So it's pretty lit. I know they were partaking him and I know him, Henry B. Giuliani. They were, they performing in a couple of spots down here downtown. So they still, they working. But hell yeah, man. So
Oh, Henry B from the city too.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm trying to keep like
Everybody.
track of like you know what I'm saying, like the music scene as far as like our music scene, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
because I hate
Nah,
to
yeah.
like damn, I fuck
Everybody
with the
was a
girl, but
San
I don't know
Antonio
your
native, I
name.
believe.
You know?
Yeah, except Nate. Nate is from the Tone, but Nate lives in Austin, so he actually came in from Austin as well that night.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah. He was traveling a little bit that well, but hell yeah, man. No, no, that was dope, man. Shout out to the event. If you weren't there, you missed it. Make it to the next one because it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be better. We only gonna evolve and make these things better. So, but yeah, man.
You
Fuck
already
it.
know.
Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about the battle, man. Let's talk about the battle real quick.